Car repairs already cost a fortune. But the real danger isn't just the bill, it's the scams. Some shops turn a $50 fix into a $500 nightmare. Today, we're exposing 17 of the most common ripoffs that cost drivers billions every year, plus the pro tips you need to fight back. And scam number 1, it's so deadly, it could cost you your life. Number 17, fake part replacements. Classic trick that's been around for ages is the bogus part replacement. A mechanic tells you that your alternator, starter, or brake pads were swapped for brand new parts. But in reality, they either left your old part in place or replaced it with a used junkyard piece. You end up paying full price for something you never actually received. Here's how it plays out. Imagine you're told your car needs a new alternator. A brand new OEM alternator could cost $400 plus labor. The shop hands you a bill for $600 and you trust the work was done. But behind the scenes, they just cleaned up your old alternator or swapped in a 40 salvage yard part. You've paid 10 times the real value, and your car could break down again in weeks. Honest shops don't mind proving their work. A trustworthy mechanic will always give you back the old part they removed. That way you can see the difference and know you got what you paid for. So, here's the pro tip. Always ask for your old part back. If the shop hesitates, that's a red flag. Pay by credit card so you can dispute the charge if the part brand on your invoice doesn't match what's actually installed. Number 16, overcharging for labor hours. Another trick worth exposing is how some shops pad their labor hours. Repair shops often use what's called a labor guide or book time. This guide tells exactly how many hours a repair should take. For example, replacing a water pump might be listed as a 2-hour job, but some dishonest shops will bill you for 5 or even 6 hours, pocketing the difference. Think about what that means for your wallet. If the hourly rate is $100, you should be paying $200 for the job. Instead, your bill shows $500. That's $300 you just lost, for no reason at all. It's a scam that looks professional on paper. Because the invoice doesn't scream fraud, it just looks like extra work. So, how do you protect yourself? Always ask the shop how many labor hours they're charging and compare that number to what's in the official repair guide. If the numbers don't match, call them out or take your car somewhere else. Pro tip: if a second job overlaps the first time, like a timing belt and water pump, ask them to bundle labor so you don't pay twice for the same teardown steps. Number 15, unnecessary service recommendations. Now let's move on to another classic, unnecessary services. This scam often happens during routine maintenance. A mechanic tells you your car really needs a transmission flush, a fuel injection flush, and an AC disinfectant. The way they say it makes it sound urgent, almost like your car will collapse without it. But in reality, many of these services are unnecessary, and some aren't even recommended by the manufacturer at all. Here's an example. A transmission flush might cost $200 or more. Add a fuel flush at $150 and an AC disinfectant at $100, and suddenly you're staring at an extra $450 on your bill. That's pure profit padding for the shop, because in many cases, these services do nothing for your car's health. Pro tips: read your owner's manual. Car manufacturers clearly list the maintenance your vehicle needs and when it should be done. If a shop suggests a service that isn't in that book, chances are it's just an upsell. Ask for a printout that explains the benefit, the risk of waiting, and the factory interval. Then take the estimate to another shop or a dealership for a quick second opinion. Number 14, timing belt replacement deception. Among the priciest tricks out there is the scam involving fake timing belt replacements. A mechanic might warn you that your timing belt is on the verge of snapping and that it must be replaced right now. They use fear to pressure you because a broken timing belt can indeed destroy an engine. But here's the scam: most cars don't need a timing belt replacement until at least 60,000 to 100,000 miles. Yet shady shops try to sell this job early, charging anywhere from $700 to $1,200. In some cases, they'll even bill you for the service without actually changing the belt at all. Pro tip: make sure to consult your car's manual to know the precise mileage interval. If a shop tells you the belt needs replacing much sooner, that's a red flag. Also, ask to see the old belt once it's out. An honest mechanic will gladly show it to you. Number 13, locksmith and car lockout scam. Now, let's move to a scam that often happens outside the shop. Picture this: you're locked out of your car, stranded, and call an emergency locksmith you found online. They quote you $50 to unlock your car, but once they show up, the price skyrockets. Suddenly you're told it's going to be $300 or even $500 because of so-called special tools or complex locks. Many people pay because they're stuck, vulnerable, and just want access to their car. Worse, some scammers even damage your lock on purpose so they can upsell a costly replacement. Pro tip: always confirm a flat fee before calling someone out. If the company won't give you a guaranteed total price, move on. Also, check reviews online before you make that call. Scam locksmiths often flood search results with fake business names and phone numbers to appear legitimate. Number 12. Engine flush and additive upsell scam. Next up is a classic money grabber, the engine flush and additive upsell. This one preys on fear too, but with a smoother sales pitch. A shop tells you that your engine is full of sludge and that you need a special chemical flush to keep it from failing. The service costs $150 to $200. Sometimes they'll add bottles of magic additives to restore performance. Here's the truth: modern engines, especially those using synthetic oil, rarely need chemical flushes. Regular oil changes already clean and protect the engine. In fact, unnecessary flushes can loosen deposits and actually cause damage in some cases. The scam works because most drivers panic when they hear sludge or dirty engine. A legitimate mechanic will show you the condition of your oil, explain your oil change intervals, and tell you exactly what your manufacturer recommends. No fear tactics, just facts. Pro tips: stick to the oil change schedule in your owner's manual, and you'll almost never need a flush. If they recommend additives, ask to see data on what problem it solves. Most times, they won't have any proof. If you're worried about sludge, ask them to remove a valve cover or use a borescope camera to actually show you what's inside the engine instead of guessing. Number 11. Cabin and engine air filter panic. Let's talk about one of the simplest parts they love to exaggerate: your air filters. This one is simple but common. You're in for a service, and the advisor comes back holding a dirty-looking filter. They say, "Look at this, it's black, you need a new one." The truth? Filters get dusty, but that doesn't mean they need replacement right away. In general, cabin and engine air filters are built to last anywhere between 15 and 30,000 miles. Dishonest shops replace them far earlier because it's easy profit. They buy filters for under $10 and sell them to you for $30 or $40. And because they can show you a dusty filter, most drivers just agree. Honest mechanics will check the filter against light. If you can still see light through it, it's fine. They'll also give you the mileage interval recommended by your manufacturer instead of just pushing a sale. Pro tips: learn to check these filters yourself. It's a 5-minute job on most cars, and tutorials are everywhere online. If a shop shows you your filter, ask when it was last changed and compare with your mileage. If the numbers don't line up, just refuse. Consider keeping a log of small replacements like filters so you can't be tricked into buying another too soon. Number 10. Sensor or wire disconnection scam. The next scam takes trickery to a whole new level. Some shady mechanics deliberately disconnect a sensor or loosen a wire in your car. This triggers warning lights on your dashboard, like the check engine light, ABS light, or even airbag warning. They then diagnose the problem and tell you something major is wrong, like a bad sensor, a faulty control module, or even a failing transmission. You get hit with a $500 or $1,000 repair bill for something that was intentionally caused. In reality, all that happened was a wire was unplugged. Once they reconnect it, the warning light disappears, and they've pocketed your cash. This scam is especially dangerous because it preys on your trust. You see the warning light and naturally believe the car is unsafe to drive. Pro tip: whenever you get an unexpected dashboard light, get a second opinion. Many auto parts stores will run a free scan of your car's computer system and tell you what's really wrong. If the story doesn't match what the shop told you, you've spotted the scam. Before we jump into the next scam, make sure you smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way, you'll always catch money-saving tips that keep shady shops from draining your wallet. Number 9. Coolant and power steering fluid flush scam. Shady mechanics often push the coolant and power steering flush as if it's routine maintenance. Shops love to recommend fluid flushes every year, sometimes even every 6 months. They'll tell you that skipping these flushes will destroy your system, and they'll back it up with scary language like corrosion, overheating, or catastrophic failure. The truth is different. In most modern vehicles, coolant lasts at least 5 years or up to 100,000 miles. Power steering fluid can last just as long, and some cars don't even use hydraulic power steering anymore. They use electric systems with no fluid at all. When a shady shop sells you a $150 coolant flush this year, another $150 power steering flush next year, and repeats the cycle, you're losing hundreds of dollars for no reason. Pro tips: check your owner's manual before you agree to any fluid flush. If the interval is listed as 5 years or longer, that's the schedule you follow. When in doubt, ask the shop to test the fluid condition in front of you. Honest mechanics will use test strips for coolant or show you the actual color and smell of the fluid before recommending replacement. If they push you with words like urgent or immediate without showing proof, that's a sign they're after your wallet, not your safety. Number 8. Used parts sold as new. Here's a sneaky one. Mechanics charging you for new parts that are actually secondhand. This one feels especially dirty because it preys on trust. Here's how it works. The shop claims they're installing a brand new OEM part, but instead, they grab a worn part from a junkyard, install it, and charge you full retail price as if it were factory fresh. You might pay $600 for a new alternator, only to discover later that the part inside your engine bay is old, rusty, and barely working. Shops do this because they can pocket hundreds of dollars in pure profit while you drive off thinking you got quality work. An honest mechanic will show you the box the part came in, along with receipts or part numbers. They'll also return the old part if you ask for it. If a shop refuses to show packaging or says, "We already threw it away," be suspicious. Pro tips: always request to see the part before it goes in and ask to keep the old one after. Learn to spot the difference between a clean new part and one that looks weathered or covered in grime. Even if you don't know car mechanics, your eyes can usually tell. Compare the invoice part number to the manufacturer's online catalog. If it doesn't match, you're being played. Number 7. Charging for repairs never done. Next comes one of the most shameless tricks in the entire industry: charging for repairs that were never done. Picture this: you hand over $800 for a timing belt replacement. The invoice says the work was completed. But when another shop checks later, the old belt is still in place. No bolts turned, no parts replaced, yet your money is gone. This scam is hard to spot because most people don't check under the hood after repairs. Scammers count on that. Honest shops, by contrast, will show you the old parts they've taken out. They'll also take photos during the repair if you request it. Pro tips: always ask for the old parts back. If they refuse or claim they already threw them away, that's a major red flag. Look for fresh gaskets, clean bolts, or new clamps, visual signs that the work was actually done. If the bill is over $500, consider asking for photo proof during the process. Many shops won't mind snapping a few quick shots, and the shady ones will suddenly hesitate. Number 6. Diagnostic fee fraud. Here's a scam that hides in plain sight: diagnostic fee fraud. This one feels small, but it's all profit for dishonest shops. You bring your car in because the check engine light is on. The shop plugs in a basic code reader, a tool that costs under $50 online, and reads the error code in under 2 minutes. Then, they slap you with a $200 diagnostic fee. Here's the kicker: many auto parts stores like AutoZone or Advance Auto will scan your codes for free. You can even buy your own handheld reader for the cost of one scam diagnostic bill. The scam works because drivers assume scanning codes is a complicated process, but in reality, it's simple and quick. An honest shop may charge a small fee if deeper diagnostics are required, like smoke testing for vacuum leaks or electrical tracing. But charging hundreds just to plug in a scanner? That's fraud. Pro tips: if all they did was scan your codes, don't accept a high fee, remind them that most auto stores offer that service free. Consider buying your own code reader. It pays for itself the first time you avoid this scam. Ask the shop to explain what the code means and what steps they'll take next. If they dodge the explanation, that's a bad sign. Number 5. Inflated labor times and double billing. One red flag is when mechanics exaggerate how long a job takes or bill you for it twice. Imagine you're getting your timing belt replaced. On most cars, the water pump sits right behind that belt, meaning the mechanic has to take it off anyway. An honest shop will bundle the labor, since the overlap makes the job faster. But scammers see dollar signs. They'll bill you separately for both jobs in full, pretending they had to do double the work. A timing belt replacement might already cost $800. Add a water pump at another $600, and suddenly you're paying $1,400 for a job that should have been closer to $1,000. That's $400 straight into the scammer's pocket for labor that was never performed. Pro tips: always ask for a labor breakdown. Honest mechanics will explain when jobs overlap and save you money by combining them. Look up book hours online. Many jobs have standard times listed, and if your invoice shows more than that, you're likely being overcharged. If a shop resists giving you itemized labor, treat that as a warning sign. Number 4. Bait-and-switch pricing. Time to expose the bait-and-switch scam that lures customers in with fake deals. This scam hooks you with flashy ads, $29.99 oil change or $59 brake special. You walk in expecting a deal, but once your car is on the lift, the story changes. Suddenly there are disposal fees, shop supplies, environmental charges, and surprise add-ons. That $29.99 oil change quietly grows to $120 by the time you check out. Some shops even tell you the coupon is for basic oil only, then upsell you into synthetic at triple the cost. This bait and switch works because many people don't push back once the car is apart. Warning: never greenlight repairs without a written estimate first. Pro tips: lock in the total out-the-door price on paper. A reputable shop will put it on paper and stick to it. If a coupon or ad sounds too good to be true, assume there's fine print. Ask up front, what's the total with all fees included? Number 3. Fake brake repair scam. Up next is one of the scariest cons: fake brake repairs. This one isn't just about overcharging, it's outright fraud. Here's how it works. The shop tells you your brakes are dangerously worn. They sell you on a new set of pads and rotors, maybe even calipers. You end up footing the bill, which can easily climb past $600. But when you drive away, the brakes on your car are the same worn-out ones you came in with. The scammer pocketed your cash and never touched the parts. Because brakes are hidden behind the wheels, most customers never notice. But this scam is dangerous. Your life depends on working brakes. Pro tips: before the wheels go back on, ask the mechanic to show you the new parts installed. You don't need to be an expert. New pads and rotors are visibly clean and shiny compared to old ones. Request the old parts back. If they claim the parts were already thrown out, consider that a serious warning sign. Warning: if a shop uses scare tactics like "you won't survive a drive home," but won't actually show you the damage, run. Number 2. Charging for free warranty or recall work. Now we move to another dirty trick: charging for free warranty or recall work. This one is straight up fraud. Car manufacturers release recalls to repair known defects, and the fixes are free for the owner. Similarly, many parts carry warranties, sometimes even lifetime warranties. But shady shops will do the work, then bill you as if you paid out of pocket. For instance, if your airbag inflator is recalled, the dealership will replace it at no cost to you. Yet some independent shops take your car, perform the work, and hand you a bill for $700, pocketing money they were never entitled to. Or they'll claim a part is out of warranty when it isn't, then charge you for a replacement that should have been free. Pro tips: always check with your dealership for open recalls before paying anyone to fix a known issue. Keep your receipts for warranty parts. If a shop tells you the part isn't covered, you'll have proof to push back. Warning: if any shop suggests you pay for a recall, that's illegal. Walk away immediately. Number 1. Fake airbag replacements after accidents. Finally, we come to one of the deadliest scams of all: fake airbag replacements after accidents. In most crashes, the airbags are triggered and deploy. Replacing them is expensive, costing anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 per airbag. Some dishonest repair shops skip steps and never bother putting in a new airbag. Some have been caught stuffing rags, foam, or even packing peanuts inside the steering wheel to make it look full. On the outside, the panel looks untouched, but in a real crash, nothing deploys, and lives are lost. This is one of the most dangerous scams in the industry. Warning: after any accident repair, confirm through your insurer or dealership that the airbags were actually replaced. Pro tips: ask for documentation, including part numbers and receipts from the manufacturer. Look for the SRS or airbag light on your dashboard. If it stays on or doesn't light up during startup, that's a warning sign the system isn't functioning. Consider having an independent inspection after major collision repairs. The cost is small compared to the risk of driving without airbags. Repair scams are everywhere, but now you know how to fight back. If a shop won't show proof, explain the work, or hand you the old parts, walk away fast. Protect your wallet, and more importantly, your safety. And if you're more into SUVs, don't miss our video on the 13 automotive scams that still fool millions of drivers. See you in the next one.